He's tallish, darkish, 35-ish, and, like Ben says, boring. Or, if we're being charitable, intense. He doesn't have a lot to say to me. Apart from, "Hi, how you doing?" I don't think he speaks to me at all. Whenever he comes here to the apartment, it's to talk to Ben. How does he know Ben? He's from Recovery, Missouri, too. They lived in the same neighborhood. But Pat lived in a house, not in a trailer. So maybe he was class while Ben was trash. Anyway, they went to school together in some sagebrush swamp. After they grew up, they kept in touch. And now they teach at the same university. Sagebrush grows in deserts, not in swamps. How do you know that? I went to Cambridge University and got a quarter blue in tiddlywinks. Of course you did. Anyway, as I was telling you, Recovery's one of those dull, nothing-ever-happens little towns where people have to drink cheap alcohol, beat up their wives, or shoot each other dead for entertainment. There's damn all else to do. So Ben says, anyway. It sounds like Royal Tunbridge Wells. Yeah, when he talks about recovery, I am immediately reminded of Royal Tunbridge Wells. Tess began to fiddle with her homemade New York cheesecake, which she'd knocked up from a packet mix, and was trying to home-make a bit more by sticking candied lemon slices, which had never been near any lemon, all round the perimeter. Did we remember to buy a can of Ready Whipped? Yes, it's in the fridge. Or do I mean the icebox? Nah, you mean the fridge. Americans have fridges now. An icebox is a cooler. Tess took out the aerosol of cream. Okay, Rosetta Swirls, what do you think? I told Ben we'd be making stuff from scratch. This needs to look like I made it myself. I'd go for rosettes then. But don't do them yet. This sort of cream collapses in a puddle 5 minutes after squirting. I think I heard the doorbell. Shall I get it? Please, if you don't mind. I need to make the gravy and turn the sweet potatoes. They're catching just a bit. They always do. You could blame the oven. Yeah, I might. I walked off down the passage. What had Tess just said about this guy? That he worked with computers? I suppose that meant he was a geek. He'd most probably be stooped, round-shouldered from crouching over keyboards endlessly, and either very fat or very thin. All lard or all raw bones. He'd have lots of dandruff, and possibly some personal hygiene issues. He'd wear glasses fixed with sticking plaster, badly fitting jeans, a cheap acrylic sweater. I unlocked the front door. I opened it, and found that I was gazing into the dark brown eyes of the most attractive man I'd seen for years and years. "Hi," he began. "You must be Rosie?" Patrick. The dark-haired girl who smelled of something flowery and expensive looked at me like I was something nasty on her shoe. "Yes, I'm Rosie, and you must be Patrick?" she replied, in a voice that sounded like she should be in a vintage British movie or an episode of Downton Abbey, my mother's favorite show. She managed a half-smile like she was a titled lady, condescending to a dirty peasant and not liking anything about the situation. "Tess and I are busy in the kitchen," she continued. "Ben is working in the den." Okay, I thought, I get it. The famous British courtesy. The elegance of manner which means a British person can be polite and charming while privately deciding you're a jerk and somehow making sure you know it too. I headed down the passage to the den where Ben was working. He could have had me fooled. I found him lounging like a sultan in his new recliner, watching television and cheering on the Minnesota Twins. A beer in his hand and a half-dozen in the pack beside him. He was smug as a raccoon who found a whole roast chicken in the trash. "What do you think?" he asked me. What do I think of what? "Our transatlantic friend, of course." He grinned at me. "Tess says she went to Cambridge. That's Cambridge University in England. She's a French and German major.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.